Yeah, it's been a little while, hasn't it? Not since that live stream I tested last week. Um, but that wasn't really a proper update, was it? Um, but yeah, it's Tuesday morning. It's what day of the month is it now? Like the 23rd, 24th? I don't know. Yeah, 24th. Okay, half a year till Christmas. Um, yeah, there's been uh, a lot of shit's happened, and I honestly don't even know where to start. Um, I guess that's part of why I brought my other phone up with me. It's my old phone from like 2 years ago. Actually, just fun fact: the first year or two worth of videos I did, they were done using this phone. So they're all done using the front camera off this old phone. So, in case you're ever wondering why the quality was so shitty, well, that's why. This was how much did I pay for this phone? Wasn't a lot. I think it was like $80. So it did the job for a while. But as it stands right now, it is incapable of doing anything over the cellular network. There's no SIM card in it. It's good for for the Wi-Fi stuff, so that's why I keep it around. It also helps me so I can reference my Facebook posts, which is where I want to start off today. Sorry, I'm battling here, but yeah, yesterday was actually quite a busy day for me. That's why I kind of gotta chill a little bit here. But how did it start out? So I do the Facebook thing, and I joined a group a few weeks ago, targeted toward Zennials. We're not we are a consider a micro generation, right? We're not quite Gen X. We're not quite millennials. In the traditional sense, we're kind of on that overlap between the two, right? So, you might call it Zennial, you might call it Xennial. I don't like the flow of that, so I say Zennial because it just flows better. But anyway, so I'm with a group, that focuses on that code on us, and one of the things that you do is you can post a then and now picture, which I did. Okay, and it's one of those things where, yeah, when I was 18 years old, yes, I was a much different looking person than I am now. For one, I'd never had long hair, but that was God, what was that? About 20 years pre-transition. So I was living life, doing the whole teenage boy thing. Ugh. Terrible. But anyway, as it turned out, my decision to share a before and now picture has generated a lot of attention that I never, ever anticipated. I mean, as it stands right now, the post has a combined 2,338 reactions. And I mean, hell, in the past, I'd be lucky if I would get 100 out of something like that, out of anything that I ever posted. So I mean, this just blows all that away. And oddly enough, I check other people's pictures doing the same thing. And after a longer amount of time, they have a fraction of the responses, and the emote, the reaction icons, whatever. A little fun fact on the whole thing was I kind of kicked up a debate, or not even really debate, but it kind of kicked the hornet's nest a little bit. People started expressing their opinions about trans people in general, and the comments were actually shut down within the first 15 minutes of my posting the pictures, and it already generated by that point several dozen comments, which, again, that to me, for me, that does not happen, like, at all. So I mean, I'm liking the popularity a lot, although it's not all positive. I've got an uncomfortable amount of ha reactions. Like, I don't know why me posting and declaring that I'm happier now than I was when I was 18. I don't know why that's grounds for people to laugh at me, but whatever. It's like, was it like 65 out of the 2,338? So it's a good ratio, but still, I'm just like, why? Why is that? Why is that a thing? But anyway, that kind of that kind of segues into yesterday, right? So over the weekend, I've gotten a few friend requests, a couple of message requests, and they all stemmed from that post. Someone shared it somewhere else, and I know that whoever shared it did so maliciously, because half of those ha reacts have been from people off of outside of the group. Unfortunately, it's a public group, so anyone can see it. So, but anyway, so I started getting these messages, and a couple friend requests, whatever. The ones that actually had profile content, I would go ahead and approve. The ones I didn't, I would look at, saying, no, you don't really have any content, so I just remove that, remove those requests. But then I guess I get these messages. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And one of them, unfortunately, came from this dude, and he's just laying on the compliments like really thick. I mean, I'm not used to this kind of thing, so I respond with a lot of the blushing emoji, because I mean, I'm easy to rile up that way, and I'm not gonna deny it. Flattery works on me. Makes me very uncomfortable, but it also breaks down my defenses in no time. But anyway, he's laying on these compliments, and even fairly early on, I decide I have to step in and make sure that he understands what he's going after. And I just stop him, dead stop. I'm like, why did you choose to reach out to me? And he explains it, because he found me attractive, whatever. But I follow that up by saying, okay, the reason I had to ask was because I don't want to be leading somebody on who doesn't understand what they're going after, and that's where I just had to stop and make sure that he understood. So I spelled it straight out. I am trans and I am ace. So I just spelled it very matter of factly that, okay, this is me, and whoever whatever reason, he's not deterred. So that's cool, but I'm still not interested in men. I mean, I appreciate the effort, and you know, seeing those words from anyone is going to is going to make me blush and smile and so everything. But at the end of the day, it's just I'm incapable of being attracted to a man like ever. So you're you're totally barking up the wrong tree, but I mean I appreciate it. I really appreciate the the attention and everything. So I'm happy in that regard. And I checked my phone just before I started this recording, and sure enough, he sent me a good morning message again, and now I'm just like, okay, so I posted this status because I'm freaking out because I don't know how to handle this, and oh, what did I say anyway? I said I mean basically I had to just put it in writing for myself, where it's just that I think I loathe myself right now. Random dude messages me out of nowhere, piles on the compliments, and even after I tell him I'm trans and he still doesn't let up. And I keep allowing it because I don't know how to say no. I mean, it's like I'm incapable. The thing is, I'm so worried about hurting someone's feelings, and I just don't want to be that person that that stomps all over someone's heart because I just don't have that kind of personality, and I don't know how to let someone down like that and everything. And I kind of ran into the same issue back when I was doing the amateur modeling thing, and Selena would get a number of messages, basically the same energy as I get from this one, and I never knew how to say no. And the best I would ever be able to do is just play along with it for a little while and then just ghost them, which I know was a bitch move to do, but it was all I knew how to do because I don't know how to set boundaries. And it got me thinking, as I look back, I have always been trans in one form or another, and it's one of those cases where maybe it's actually better that I was born as AMAB, just because if I had been born with a typical female body, all the gone that development route as a youth, as a teenager, as a young adult, my inability to turn people down, to say no, as I am right now, as I've been in my adult life, all I can think is that it's got to be a given that I would have allowed myself to get taken advantage of so frequently, so many times over and over again, and just by the first person to look at me with googly eyes, and just I think about that, and I mean, yeah, it's not a guarantee, but given my personality as I am in this life, I think that the chances are pretty high that I would have wound up as a little too easy, for lack of a better way of phrasing it. So, I don't know why I'm sharing this. It's just some FYI, just some trivia stuff, I guess. But anyway, so I seem to be getting back into the habit of attracting admirers without trying, and I'm still unsure how to say no. Still don't know what to do about it, even though I'm chubby. But yeah. Anyway, that's just the first part of yesterday. The second part was, you know, a little more fun. So it's been hot as fuck around here, over the weekend, and yesterday was still pretty hot because not so much outside, but inside because my condo retains heat stupidly well. I mean, it's still 80 some odd degrees in here, and it's been a couple of days since it was that hot. But anyway, so I'm trying to to go to sleep. I have a hard time with it. I wind up waking up about 1 o'clock or so, and I see a notice on my phone that that there's a Twitch notification. And at this point, I'm only following one person on Twitch, and that is YouTube VTube creator. Sorry, Kuanano. I don't know why I kept wanting to say Kuanano, but yeah, Kuanano is I've been following their work for the last few weeks to a month now. She invited me to pop over to Twitch sometime and start following. So I decided, you know what, you're streaming right now, so I'll just pop in, say hi, see what your content's like in a live setting. So I go over there, and I'm not sure, about 45 minutes before the stream ended, and I sent my greeting, and I kind of explained that so I finally got my my Twitch account set up again, finally. She was confused at first, but it was I had answered that confusion by saying that no. She asked if she knew me from somewhere, and, just based on that first message I sent, and I had explained that I was the one that left. I left. I sent left another comment saying that we had exchanged comments on YouTube recently, and that's when the wheels started turning. And she was like, "Wait a minute, are you the one that left all those long comments on all my music videos?" Yeah, I was like, "Okay, this is really cool, Yeah, you're not. Konano is not a huge personality, but I'd say small to mid range in popularity, so still up and coming. But still, when you got a creator that does a lot of quality content, and she really does, and it's like, okay, so you remember me, so I take that, and I cherish it. So that's just kind of a highlight of the day. But all good things must come to an end, and the stream ended about 45 minutes later, and I went back to bed for a couple hours, got up again, got ready for work, went to the mailbox, and I have 3 envelopes, right? So I don't know if I really got into this last week, but one of my credit cards got jacked. Not the physical card, but the data on it. So Chase Fraud picked up on it. They closed out the card, and I finally got the new one in the mail yesterday, along with the notification saying just be vigilant for a while, check your statements for bogus charges, blah blah blah. So, got my new card, all is right in the world there, but then I got this. This is from my insurance company. And what it says is I don't want to show too much of it because it's a little sensitive, but what it says right here is an important update on this request. This request has been approved, and what has been approved is my bottom surgery. My insurance company has officially approved my bottom surgery. So there it is. The ball was in their court for the last month. They finally made a decision. They approved it. Now all I need to do is wait for the clinic to get back to me and say this is where we're going to schedule you, because they have they sent a copy of this letter off to the plastic surgeon. So I just gotta wait for his office to get things coordinated, and then we can find out when exactly I'm going to go under the knife. So, I mean, big things going on there. So, yeah, I'm thrilled. I mean, this is a huge thing for me. But unfortunately, yesterday was not all sunshine and rainbows. There was a dark cloud that moved in shortly after my shift started at work, and it's kind of a huge one, or could be. I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but so without giving too much away, I work at a plastics factory, right? We use injection molding machines, which for those the unenlightened, what they do is you got a heated barrel with molten plastic here, and you got a mold that's split in half over here, and what will happen is the mold will close, and this barrel full of molten plastic will inject into the mold, the liquid plastic, and it'll cool for a few seconds. The mold opens up, parts fall out, rinse and repeat. Now I had an issue yesterday where one of the machines was not functioning properly. The timing was all off, and it was taking too long for everything. So we have what we call a mold technician. They're tech support for the machines. Unfortunately, I had to go find our guy, and just to be honest, this guy's a total asshole. So, anyway, he gets over there and he starts looking at the machine, tries a few things, looks inside, and notices that some of these guiding pins that are used to make sure that the mold stays aligned properly. Well, he noticed that those were kind of dry. They need grease. Okay. Now, they had just set that machine up yesterday, right? So, dry pins should not be an issue. I mean, it should take a few days without greasing them for that to happen. So, you're not going to think that that's going to be an issue, right? Now, why am I telling you this? Because this guy decides that that has to be the reason why the machine is running slow. And he starts just laying into me, talking about how I should be greasing the pins up no matter what. Why wasn't I greasing the pins? Why wasn't I greasing the pins? Why wasn't I greasing the pins? And it's just like, okay, well, they just set this thing up. It's not going to occur to most people to worry about this thing. And he just keeps on it, keeps on it, keeps on it. And finally he says that, well, that is your guys' job. And it's just that at that point, with that condescending attitude and that belittling tone, I just snap, and I wind up shouting at him, I know what my fucking job is. Jesus fuck. I don't need a fucking lecture from you. And I walked away. And just threw my hand up, walked away. And this little prissy ass bitch decided to go crying to the management about my bad attitude. So I didn't know what was going on at first as far as how he was going to actually move on from that. But then I heard through the grapevine that he was going to lodge a complaint against me for a bad attitude. And, well, I decided that, if he's going to do that, I better get on the computer, send off an email to my supervisor and the plant manager, because, well, shit's going to hit the fan otherwise. So I offer what I just told you. And, I had to contemplate that all night. And about half an hour left in the shift, and my cell lead comes in early, and he tracks me down. And we have a little discussion, and he's like, "Yeah, what's going on? What happened here?" I lay it all out. I tell him exactly the same story that I just told you, verbatim almost. And he tells me that procedure-wise, I was 100% in the right, which is good to hear. And he explained that the pins were not the issue. They could not be the issue. The issue has to be the touch point, which, for those of you who care to know, these machines are set with a sensitivity level where they have to make contact with the other side of the mold. They come together. If there's too much pressure, or if they sense an obstruction and can't close all the way, that's going to set off what they call a clamp alarm, and that'll stop the press, and it'll say if there's an obstruction. So you gotta go and open it up, find out what's causing it, clear it out, restart it. But if it's set wrong, you're going to have that over and over again. But I didn't actually have any clamp alarms. But anyway, he explained to me that was the most likely scenario. And basically, I was vindicated of wrongdoing in that regard. Unfortunately, the decision on whether or not I wind up with any kind of disciplinary action, that's going to rest with the plant manager, seeing how he is fully aware of it, what happened. I don't know exactly what the small technician, what kind of lies he spouted to the supervisors and everything, but I guess I'll probably find out tomorrow. But yeah, I got that kind of hanging over my head. I'll probably get called into the office tomorrow morning at the end of my shift. I mean, for what it's worth, it's my first altercation with another coworker ever at that plant. So nothing, I don't think it's anything job threatening, but there might be a black mark on my record for a while, which sucks. I don't know if it's going to affect my raise eligibility later on, but I won't find that out until February of next year. Shit, how long have I been doing this? A long time, huh? God. Anyway. Oh, fuck. I haven't even taken my gummies yet. I'm already dead tired. I think I just talked too much. So, for those of you who want to send good vibes my way, that things just wind up being documented and nothing else, I won't object. I'd be happy if you would. If you would send me some positive energy. I got one more night to work, then I'm off for the next week and a half. I go back after the holiday anyway. Damn, June's almost over. I haven't done anything really. Yeah. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna cut this off here. I know there's gotta be more. I do kind of want to talk about my dilemma with my writing. I'm constantly thinking about the story that I've been writing, and how I want to tweak it, and the parts I don't like, the parts I want to strengthen, and the parts I want to move around, and just I got a lot of coals in that fire going right now. I just need to figure out how I want to arrange everything, even though the story's not done yet. I'm actually at a really fun part of the story, I think. Rexa is, she's kind of stuck in a situation where she can't get out because she's stuck on a train with someone that has vowed to kill her as soon as they get off. So I need to figure out exactly how I want her to deal with it. I got a really good idea to kind of tie into the original story, and I just need to write the scenario out and get it done. But I've been kind of dragging ass the last few weeks on the whole project. But anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm tired. Maybe I'll answer that message that that one dude sent me a couple hours ago. I mean, I appreciate when people are infatuated with me, but it also gets very dangerous. I don't want someone finding out where I live or anything. But anyway, I'm gonna stop this here and go to bed after I upload. And I will wish you all a good day, and for those of you in the thick of the heat wave right now, stay cool, stay alive, just stay hydrated, please. You don't let yourself get sunburned. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye.